Do you struggle to understand how to identify and evaluate your compliance obligations or legal requirements in your environmental management system based on ISO 14001-2015? A new and revised ISO standard for the implementation and maintenance of a compliance management system, ISO 37301-2021, could provide the requirements to develop a solution to your problem. Let's take a look. Welcome to EMSmastery, where we look at the successful strategies and tactics to master environmental management and sustainability. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Andrew Marlowe. This episode looks at the publication in April 2021 of ISO 37301-2021 with the title of Compliance Management Systems, Requirements with Guidance for Use. We're going to look at its background, the benefits and its contents, together with the opportunity to use ISO 37301 to support compliance management in conjunction with other management system standards such as ISO 14001, ISO 9001 and ISO 45001 for environmental, quality and occupational health and safety management systems. It should be noted that ISO 37301 has been previously known as ISO 19600. This former ISO standard has now been cancelled and replaced by ISO 37301, with the key changes being that it contains requirements with additional guidance for use based on its requirements, and it follows the ISO requirement for a harmonised structure for management system standards. The use of ISO 37301 can be visualised as being based on the same Plan, Do, Check, Act (PDCA) process made popular by Dr. Deming, and the ISO high-level structure published in Annex SL in the ISO IEC Directives Part 1. A figure on page 7 provides a clear representation of the requirements and mapping those requirements to the process for driving continual improvement using the Plan, Do, Check, Act process. Many organisations have a long-term aim to be successful with the need to establish and maintain a culture of compliance, considering the needs and expectations of their interested parties. Compliance becomes not only the basis, but also the opportunity for a successful and sustainable organisation. As compliance is recognised as an ongoing process with an intended outcome of allowing the organisation to meet its obligations. Compliance, therefore, is made sustainable by embedding it in a culture of the organisation and within the behaviour and attitude of the people working for it. In summary, an effective organisation-wide compliance management system enables an organisation to demonstrate its commitment to comply to the relevant laws, regulatory requirements, industry codes and organisational standards, as well as the standards of good governance, generally accepted best practices, ethics and community expectations. An organisation implementing a compliance management system can, through its positive culture of compliance and sound management of compliance-related risks, gain several benefits such as improved business opportunities and sustainability, protecting and enhancing the organisation's reputation and credibility, taking into account the expectations of its interested parties, demonstrating its commitment to managing its compliance risks effectively and efficiently, increasing the confidence of third parties in the organisation's capacity to achieve sustained success, and minimising the risk of a contravention occurring with the attendant costs and reputational damage. So let's look at the structure of ISO 37301, which, as I described earlier, is based on the high-level structure described in Annex SL. You can find out more about the Annex SL approach to the high-level structure for management system standards in the link here. In ISO 37301, Clause 3, Terms and Definitions, provides for 10 specific terms and their associated definitions for a compliance management system. These are governing body, personnel, compliance function, compliance risk, compliance obligations, compliance and non-compliance, compliance culture, conduct, and third party. There are requirements in Clause 4, context of the organisation, covering the determination of the scope of the compliance management system, compliance obligations, and compliance risk assessment, as well as the normal high-level structure requirements for organisational context and the needs and expectations of interested parties. If you're getting value from this episode on compliance management systems, please hit the like icon down below. Significant importance for leadership and commitment to the compliance management system is provided in Clause 5, Leadership, which covers specific requirements for a governing body and top management, a compliance culture, compliance governance, and top management compliance function and management. Clause 6, Planning, provides for modified requirements to address risk and opportunities, compliance objectives, and the planning of changes. To support the planning of the compliance management system, Clause 7, Support, provides for additional requirements for the employment process for personnel and training, as well as the high-level structure requirements for resources, competence, communications, and documented information. Clause 8, Operations, provides for requirements for the establishment of compliance controls and procedures, a mechanism for raising compliance concerns, and an investigation process, in addition to the high-level structure requirements for operational planning and control. Processes within Clause 9, Performance Evaluation, provide for requirements covering sources of feedback on compliance performance, the development of indicators, compliance reporting, and associated record keeping. The normal high-level structure requirements for internal audit and management review complement the performance evaluation processes. And finally, Clause 10, Improvement, follows the high-level structure with recognition of non-compliance having a similar status as non-conformity given in other management system standards. So, to summarise, ISO 37301-2021 provides the requirements and guidance for implementing and maintaining a compliance management system based on the high-level structure from Annex SL. As such, it is compatible with other Type A management system standards, such as ISO 14001, ISO 9001 and ISO 45001, and could be used to further aid the management of compliance obligations or legal requirements for those management systems. If this episode has helped to advance your understanding of compliance management and the opportunities of using ISO 37301 2021 in conjunction with other management system standards, please leave a comment in the box below. Further information on ISO 37301-2021 and its requirements described in this episode are given in the description box below, including a link to the resources on the EMSmastery.com website. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel to ensure that you don't miss out on other episodes on environmental management and sustainability. Until then, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, you can watch other episodes by clicking on the boxes in the top and bottom right, and to subscribe to this channel, click on the link on the left. Thank you.